Hi friends and family, just sending out another video. I want to share with you something the Lord put on my heart, actually starting all the way back in December. I shared this with our family here at the Tabernacle, but He's put on my heart to share with you as well. So I was actually reading in Proverbs 6 back in December, and the Lord quickened a passage in there to really put a sense of urgency about drawing near in this time and just being spiritually awake. So I'm just going to read the passage to you, but it's Proverbs 6, starting with verse 6, it says, "Go to the ant, you sluggard, consider her ways and be wise, which having no captain, overseer, or ruler, provides her supplies in the summer, gathers her food in the harvest. How long will you slumber, O sluggard? When will you rise from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little holding of the hands to sleep. So shall your poverty come on you like a prowler, and your need like an armed man." And so, as soon as I read this, he brought a few passages to mind I actually haven't written in my Bible. It was Revelation 3, 17 and 18, Matthew 25, 1 through 13, and Ephesians 5, 8 through 21. And so, he used the phrase, "So shall your poverty come on you like a prowler," to really just give me a sense of urgency, to not be alarmed when things begin to happen. And not to let, instead of we think of poverty, we can read this passage in terms of actual, like materialistic poverty, but this is talking about like spiritual poverty when he spoke it to my heart. And so the other passage I just mentioned talk about buying gold, that talk about storing oil, and there is a season to draw near to the Lord. It says in Isaiah, "Seek the Lord when He shall be found." And I really feel like this year, like we're in a season that is like a spiritual lull before the storm, and I think there's going to be things increasing on a global level. I had a strong sense like there was chaos in the horizon, and that we need to really know His voice. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm just sharing with you, is just to encourage you to seek Him in this season, to draw near, to be careful of busyness. And I really feel like there's even a spirit of distraction that seeks to just get us from doing anything but being still in His presence and hearing His voice and knowing Him. Because I'm going to read one more from Psalm 46. Flip there real quick. So it says in verse 1, Psalm 46, "God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear. Even though the earth be removed, and though the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea, though its waters roar and be troubled, though the mountains shake with its swelling, there is a river whose stream shall make glad the city of God, the holy place of the tabernacle of the Most High. God is in the midst of her, she shall not be moved. God shall help her just at the break of dawn. The nations raged, the kingdoms were moved. He uttered His voice, the earth melted. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Come, behold the works of the Lord, who has made desolations in the earth. He makes the war cease in the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and cuts the spear in two. He burns the chariots with fire." And here's the verse, in verse 10, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge." When I was reading Psalm 46 in verse 10, where it says, "Be still and know that I'm God," He just spoke this into my heart. The Lord did, and He said, if you don't know my voice in the stillness, you won't know my voice in the chaos. And so that's just I'm going to leave that as a message for you. An encouragement is, in this season where there is, we see things increasing, but for now, at least here in America, we have peace. Really take this time. This is the time to spend time with Him. Put away things, even good things, even ministry things, for the purpose of knowing His voice and building relational equity and storing the oil of intimacy. Because when things begin to happen on a global level that many believers don't even predict or see coming, if you don't know His voice in stillness, you won't know how to connect to His peace in the chaos. So now is the time to really develop a heart of thankfulness towards the Lord, develop strong affection for Him, and really learn what His voice sounds like. Practical ways to do that. is read the Word and with a still heart and let Him speak to you. Spend time just in silence. I don't do it all the time, but I like to try and take 15 minutes a day to just be still and hear His voice and give Him a chance to speak to me. And many times during that time, there's just all this stuff that comes to the surface that after a while He deals with, and we can have a clean conscience before Him, and just really, get to know Him in the secret place. So with that, I just want to encourage you guys, take time in the stillness to learn His voice, so that in the time of chaos, and even if that doesn't mean like a global end-time judgment chaos, even we all have storms and things that hurt our life. Don't let them take you by surprise. Don't let your spiritual poverty come upon you like a prowler. But store oil, buy gold from Him, and let Him clothe you with righteousness and take away your shame, and so that you have confidence before Him at His visitation. Love you guys.